Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for checking out this video. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Shout out to the 19, which is all of you, for those who don't know what that means. We got an interesting one for you today. So first of all, I'll say history was made. This is the tweet. I ran this child blank off Twitter. The reason it says that is allegedly, I don't know the details of the story, but this person, the one you're seeing right there in the middle next to Asia Wilson with the funky orangish hair, I guess, wearing the 23, supposedly put hands on a minor. That's all the extent that I know about it. But the point of this story is, and the reason this says, since someone claims we were photoshopping and have this from a game, is to make clear that this is someone who at some level has a friendship with Asia Wilson. They are friends. I don't know the extent of the friendship or how close they are, but they are friends in real life. So, what is the point? The point is, this person who goes by Dolores is also one of the nastiest, most hate-filled, most awful people to post on Twitter, and we know that says a lot. So what, right? So what? Well, the issue with this is that Caitlin Clark and her fans have been attacked and smeared all season long in different ways. The WNBA, its players, its pro WNBA media, its old guard fan base have all taken what clear troll accounts have said in the online space, which is absolutely insane, and then beat the drums because they want to force Caitlin Clark, based on these troll accounts, to denounce her own fan base and say how awful they are and that she does not stand with them and she does not agree with them. And yet, no one has brought up this to Asia Wilson and dared to ask a question about her friend here who posts things like, you presented this picture to the world willingly, like your forehead not pumped up from, this is all smeared out. I wasn't able to find this, as you'll see in a minute, as to why, but I believe from what Jason said here, that would be the N word, just so we all know. Teabagging your ugly butt. You're the epitome of a butt her face blank, which the herpes above your blank are enough, but sitting in bed with your outside clothes is nasty. So I figured I'd read it before Jason. He says a few more words that I might not say on YouTube, but he has some other points that he makes as well that I want to.
This is Dolores. This is Asia Wilson's BFF. Don Staley loves Dolores to death. This is who is the heart of the WNBA culture that is hostile to Caitlin Clark, and they want to frame Caitlin Clark fans and Caitlin Clark as the racist and the problem. Here's another Dolores tweet.
I am not, because he says it all. Sorry about that. Mike out. He says a lot of these things, so I'm going to read it. So while you keep patting your, that is the wonderful word where, if you all checked out my previous video, what Angel Reese did with her mold that she made, that is that. So while you keep patting your blank to my pictures, just remember that you're not loved, because if you were, your friends would have told you to keep that blank on Snapchat. I never needed a Twitter chat to talk blank. You can assemble your best fake profiles and still won't blank me. Really have no idea what he said there. I think we have another one that he put on here as well. Let's see. Maybe not. Oh, here we go. The weak blank velvet corset and the spaghetti strap underneath, which grow TF up. Don't nobody do that no more and find a bra, because the way my blank sits and your blank fall is quite embarrassing. So we have, as someone says, watching Dolores' downfall in real time has been so fun for me, because the blank used to talk so much crap about me, and you have other people saying this. I can vouch for that. Hope you're good, girl. Nah, because we used to be in the field with him. Ugh. Dolores just mad because unlike him, you're very pretty. Thank you. I was a victim too, sister. You're beautiful. We all were. Thank you, sweets. And on and on and on. So what is the point? Again, this for me is not so much Asia Wilson, okay? I'm not going to say, oh, Asia Wilson is terrible for not speaking out on this. Asia Wilson needs to speak out on this. My issue is with the hypocrisy is this campaign against Caitlin Clark to get her to speak out about all these nasty fans of hers, supposedly, which we know are really just individual troll accounts that they're picking up and saying, these are the Indiana Fever fans, these are the Caitlin Clark fans, they're the ists and the isms and the phobes, and they're terrible. And Caitlin Clark must denounce her own fans. So again, let's be clear. Caitlin Clark must denounce troll accounts on social media, but no one in the sports media has asked Asia Wilson about this relationship and the things that he has put online and said about and toward other people, including Caitlin Clark fans, right? To that point here, someone says, clearly a Gamecock supporter. I just don't understand how this is Asia's fault. That man has grown and says what he wants to say. Why are Dawn and Asia responsible for his actions, words? Like, let's be very serious here. And to Raquel's point, shout out to Raquel, they're not actually responsible. Just how Caitlin Clark wasn't responsible for trolling fans or strangers online who were being nasty. However, this didn't stop the WNBA players, media, and several campaigns of her needing to control online trolls. But now it's let's be serious. And yes, exactly. That is my point. We can go to the most recent, I'd say most recent, at least in a, a big scale, the bigger scale is Alyssa Thomas with her nonsense in the press conference after the game, calling Indiana Fever fans racist, right? Just flat out calling the entire fan base, smearing the entire fan base with no proof whatsoever, based on stuff how, like, her teammate with the knives for fingernails who tried to blind Caitlin Clark, she calls all Indiana Fever fans nasty and awful because of what clearly a troll said to her. By the way, here's the level of delusion and just mentally unbalanced people that we're dealing with. The response to Raquel's very recent comment, well, first, Dolores is one single individual person, not a mob of people dragging an entire league for simply coexisting alongside Caitlin Clark. Also, regardless of whether they're best friends or friendly acquaintances, he is still a grown man, and Asia nor Dawn can control his actions. Wow. Okay. Well, let's dig into this. First of all, I'm going to set aside the nonsense about Caitlin Clark fans being a mob that are dragging an entire league for simply coexisting. We all know that none of that is true in any way, shape, or form. But let's get to the crux of this delusion because they want to move the goalposts and refuse to acknowledge the hypocrisy and who they really are. I don't know about all of you. Maybe you've had different experiences. Maybe you've learned different things throughout history. But from everything that I know, it's not exactly easy for one person to control an actual mob. And I don't know any of you, I know I couldn't do it, who can control random anonymous trolls online. That apparently, by this wonderful, deep thinking human being, who's clearly no Jack Handy, thinks that Caitlin Clark can control an anonymous troll mob, but Asia Wilson and Dawn Staley, they can't have a word with an actual live person that they see in person who is a friend of theirs and say, hey, maybe could you do us a favor and tone down the things you say on Twitter because it's a bad look, not just for you, but for us. And we are in the public eye and we don't appreciate what it is you're doing and how that affects us and others. Does that make a little more sense? I think it does. By the way, this right here, Dolores, here's Dolores's account, which is as I said, is now as I saw. The images are gone. 0 following, 0 people, only 2 followers. They've completely, I think I have it on in one of these. Was it this one? Oh, I have it somewhere. Yeah, did he fully deactivate or just change his name? I'm blocked. What a shocker. He went on a full WW1 rebrand, private account, changed his username, Twitter layout, and profile picture. Yeah, that's what's happened. So, by the way, here's what I would say. Congratulations to the new WNBA fans, to the Caitlin Clark fans, to the Indiana Fever fans for standing up and making this happen. By the way, to change the culture going forward, like Jason Whitlock said, this is a culture issue with the WNBA. Maybe it might be good for the likes of Asia Wilson and Dawn Staley to not associate with someone like this, and maybe to call them out on things like this. After all, you wanted Caitlin Clark to denounce her entire fan base because of some things a few trolls were saying online. Man, all right, I'm going to leave it there. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, how crazy this is getting. But I'll tell you like that, look, we're all to some degree or another hypocrites at something in life at some point, but the hypocrisy of this stuff, it just really, really, really bothers me. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I really do appreciate it. And I will talk to you later.